Good evening. How you doing? Good evening. How y'all doing tonight? How everybody doing tonight? Good evening. So, my name's Elcia, and can you guys hear me okay? Tonight I wanted to talk about a subject that most of us don't never talk about, that people don't like to talk about, right? Because money is always a touchy subject. But you know, my whole goal is to, spread information and knowledge and possibilities to everybody. So, as my title states, and definitely if you find value in any videos I do, feel free to share it on your timeline with your family, with your followers, with your friends, for anybody else that may need to hear the message. So as my title states, is riches and wealth. So what is being rich and what is wealth? If we go by definition, right? So I wrote down a definition here. So by definition, the dictionary says that wealth is an abundance of valuable possessions or money. It is the state of being rich. It is material prosperity, and it is a plentiful supply of a particular resource. And then for rich, it just main definition is just having lots of money. So is there a difference between being wealthy and being rich? Well, it just depends on who you talk to. Good evening. How you guys doing? So it just depends on who you talk to. But I mean, technically, anybody can be rich, no matter what type of knowledge you have. It doesn't take any knowledge, any specialized skill, anything in order to be rich, right? You can either, just get a high-paying job and be able to build up enough income to consider yourself as rich, or you can go buy your scratch off, or play the lottery and get rich that way. So it doesn't take much knowledge or much education or much skill set in order to get rich. It's basically just finding a way to come into a lot of money. But when we start talking about wealth, now wealth, I like wealth, and that's where I try to focus. That's where, because that's when you're getting into making money without working for it, right? And that's when you're getting into being able to pass money and assets along down to future generations, whether even once you're gone, right? And so, as far as so being wealthy is, you have either saved up, enough money to where you're you no longer have to work if you choose to, because your the amount of assets you have exceeds any expenses that you have, or you have, or you have you've encountered it from somebody else, maybe a future generation before you, invested in the right type of things or managed their money properly to where they left wealth to you and they pass it on to you, right? So wealth doesn't necessarily have to do with money as much as it has to do with assets. It can be money as well, but wealth it has to do with assets as well, and the things you invest in to grow your money, and the things you invest in to be able to have your money work for you, and for you to have a steady paycheck whether or not you ever go to work again. And so it's really which one is better? Is being rich better or being wealthy better? Or really it just depends on you and what you want. You know, you decide what you want and you make the decision to make it happen. You know, who is wealth for? Who is wealth not for? Well, really the only person it's not for, the only type of people it's not for is the type of people who don't want it. But who is it for? It's for anybody that does want it. So you make the decision as to whether that's something that you want to be, and you put the proper things in place to be able to obtain it. It doesn't matter, you know, is there an age limit or anything that has to do with somebody being wealthy? Absolutely not. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with your age, young, old, middle age, or any of the sort. It's up to the type of person you are and what you have, how you've educated yourself and the things you put in place to be able to obtain that and pass that on to your future generations. So don't allow, don't put an age restriction on it. You know, I know a lot of time people equate being rich or being wealthy, to being, you know, being older and, you know, put in many decades of hard work and tedious work. But you know, it's for any age. You know, it's up to you how soon you take the proper steps to educate yourself to get it. So don't allow where you come from, you know, where you are at currently, where you've been, you know, what has happened to you, what has not happened to you, or anything else to determine, you know, whether or not you can or cannot build wealth for you, and not only for yourself, but for your family, for your kids, for your future generations. So yeah, so if it's something you want, definitely work towards it. Start putting things in place to obtain it. And you know, even if you were not, hey Sean, how you doing? And regardless of whether or not it was something that was given to you, how great would it be to be able to pass that on to your kids and your grandkids? So, and I know I want to start talking about, you know, I like to talk about topics that are very touchy and that most people that we never hear about, never talk about. And so, them the type of topics I like to talk about. So that's why I started doing these videos. And so I appreciate everybody who tuned in, tonight. And, I hope you guys continue to tune in. Definitely connect with me on all other social media sites. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and I have a YouTube channel, and it's all at Elcia Holmes. And definitely, I also have a real estate group. It is the Real Estate Investing in Freedom Club. If that's something of interest to you or anybody you know, it focuses on real estate tips, entrepreneurship tips, support, encouragement, partnership opportunities, and a lot of other good things. If that's something of interest to you or anybody you know, you can also follow that page if you would like, and share it with others who may be of interest. It also is on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, and it also has a YouTube channel as well, and on Pinterest. And I hope you guys have an outstanding rest of your night. And remember that you only get one life. You know, there's no rewinds, there's no redos, there's no start overs, all right? We only get one life. And so you have to do whatever you can do to be able to live this one life you get at the absolute, you know, highest level you can live it, and to enjoy it. So definitely keep that in mind and live every day with purpose, you guys. Live with purpose. And I hope you guys have a great evening, and thanks again for joining. Have a good night.